Hello everyone, Ken and Loa here, this time with some World of Warplanes. Now typically this is the game that I've been doing in the background for my Canon Chat videos, but today I wanted to make at least a few dedicated videos to this game because they have had their first update in about a year. And with this update, they have had a 5x like throughout a whole week, which was last week. So if you had free XP boosters, I don't have very much right now, but I had gotten like 140,000 free XP, I do believe, or 120,000 like just from using free XP boosters with that. And because of that, I was able to free XP the Yak 3 and get the Yak 19 and effectively skip the Yak 15 for the Yak 19 with that amount of free experience that I had. So that was pretty juicy. Unfortunately though, it seems like the Yak 15 is kind of a fan favorite, but the Yak 19 isn't bad either. But more on to the event. So what they've stated on their website is that this event is going to have several different stages. And what the first stage is what this video is going to be about today. So this is the Bomber Escort game mode. And what is very important about this game mode is that it is a longer duration battle and it has a few different tweaks to it. And as you can see here, this is how much experience and credits that I got from a tier 5 plane, the Key 45, and it was on a loss. So if we look at my personal score here, I got 34 air kills, 770 capture points, and 38,000 personal points, which I do believe is like the highest that I've ever had. And I have actually played when this event first started, when they first did it a year ago. Or at least I do believe it was a year ago. So it is incredibly easy that if you know what you're doing to get incredibly high amount of personal points. So that is very good that if you're using like an XP booster or free XP booster for your 3 times experience, you can just get ludicrous amounts of not only experience but also credits. And again, 147,000 on a tier 5. Usually tier 5s are not super amazing for credit. So if I was doing this in my Vampire tier 8 premium, this would probably be like over 1 million. Easy. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out before we get started. So let's play a match with my I-215. I played the Key 45 just to get kind of a relearn how this game mode works. And basically you have to do your best to protect your bombers. I mean, Bomber Escort, it kind of goes in the name, or if you're on the defending side, to kill the enemy bombers as fast as you can. So there's definitely at least some more interaction in this in comparison to the normal Conquest game mode. And they do have several different strongholds that it looks like I am on the attacking side that can be destroyed. So if you capture these, just like a normal capture zone in the regular Conquest game mode, you will get you'll get capture points, and then if you capture the zone, it gives you score. With 07, and Prenslow is on my team with 2 specialized EF-131s. I don't know how we would lose, but the enemy has Epic, Fearman, and Viper, which are semi well-known people in the World of Warplanes community. Mostly Prenslow though. He's considered a legend. But I picked my I-215 because it has long range attacking, but also because the specialist mission is to destroy planes. Well, obviously with that many air kills, I would sure hope that I can help with. I can do good on this mission. So I'm going to boost away, because they are focused on the bombers as of right now. And I'm going to go after this guy, if I can. There we go. And yeah. If I was playing something like a Yak 19 or like Epic Fearman is playing, a Yak 30 or an LA 15 would be perfect for this game mode, because the bombers do not actually fly very high, to be honest. They fly at like 6,000 feet, so it's incredibly easy for those lower altitude fighters to actually get in on the action. And I have no idea how I got 3,000 personal points already. That's kind of amazing, to be honest. So let's see if I can get in on here. Okay, so we got rid of that guy. So just by looking at it, I don't know how well we're gonna do on this. This is probably not the right plane to be playing on this, to be completely honest. Well, it is good for long-range support. It isn't very good at, like... It isn't very good against, like, groups of enemies. Enemy planes. So right here, I know he's going after me, but I'm trying to get rid of that guy, but no. So, I have 9,000 points already, which I have no idea... I really, quite frankly, have no idea how I'm getting that many personal points. I don't even know if I'm getting too many kills, even. I mean, I guess I must be. But anyway, what is really nice about the I-215 for the people who have never seen this plane in action before is it has really long-range derp guns. So it basically means that as long as you catch people by surprise, it makes it so that you can actually have a fighting chance against specialized planes. And I really wanted to get this plane specialized specifically because you gain, you can put long barrels on there to get even more range. So he's going after that guy, and let me go after this MiG-9. I already have someone on me, come on. And yeah, the Yak 30. Easily one of the best planes to play for this game mode. You can outmaneuver anybody, and unless I somehow catch him out, he's gonna easily destroy me every single time. So as you can see here, I am getting destroyed a lot, but since you gain so many personal points by the end of this, you will easily make a profit out of this, unless you are doing even worse than me. And I have no idea. Oh. Well, chat loves a bit of drama, I guess. But anyway, if I had this specialized, I can actually get the range to like 4,000 feet. 4,400, I do believe, actually. But yeah, I can easily get rid of some of these planes. And yeah, no, I'm dead already because it's a Yak 30. So, yeah. Like I said, easily the best, one of the best planes for this. And as soon as he catches me out like that and I don't notice him, this thing is an easy kill, quite frankly. So it only excels at sneak attacks. And if the enemy knows you're coming and can dodge your shells, see if I can get him. Well, I got a good solid hit on him. That definitely helped. And yeah, also playing a bomber wouldn't be a bad idea either. I'm pretty sure that if you choose a bomber or a ground attacker, you are guaranteed to be on the offensive. Or at least it wouldn't make sense if you were not on the offensive. And leave me alone. So I'm gonna have to do my best to turn with this guy because he won't leave me alone. I wanted to get over here and attempt to snipe some of those guys, but it's not gonna happen. Thank you for your assistance, sir. Yeah, those bombers are going to get destroyed. I'm gonna go after this javelin. Yeah, this plane, if you were in close quarters like this, the guns are actually not very accurate. They tend to overshoot, so if you shoot at range, you are actually seemingly more accurate. So I'm actually going to try to snipe this MiG-9, because why not? I wonder why this F-86A is just ignoring me. Oh, he has such low health too. And wow. Well, I definitely didn't do as well as I didn't do nearly as well as the Key 45 match. I think definitely the lower tiers are going to be more balanced in the sense of everyone who has played this game mode before will know just how much experience and credits you can gain from this, and just look at that. 29,000 experience in one match without a booster. So imagine me using an experience booster and a pilot experience booster and a free XP booster. The amount of stuff that you can get for this event is absolutely mind-boggling, especially if you're playing in a plane that does well. Does well against other planes. Like the more maneuverable ones, I would say, are definitely looking like they would be more beneficial to play. Heavy fighters could work, but I think that's more so for the defending team. So my javelin would probably work, and I'm actually probably going to play this for the next match. I wanted to do at least 2 matches of this for examples. So how many kills did I get on that match? I got 11 air kills. Well, that's better than average, but the game mode is so much longer that is actually not very good. So yeah, multi-rolls are definitely at a huge disadvantage on this one, I would say. Especially, well, if you're on the attacking side, you can do some bomb dropping and everything. And maybe the J7W3 would be really good with its maneuverability. But like I said, like LA-15 specialized or Yak-30 specialized those are definitely what I would think would be the go-tos that are really good for this event. So, let's get into the Javelin, and maybe I'll actually be on the defending side. Actually, wait. Aw, dang it. I was going to activate my boosters, but oh well. And it said that there was only like 3 hours of this event, and I'm not exactly sure what that means, because I thought it said on the website that this event was, or at least the Bomber Escort version, was going to be only for was going to be for 2 more days. Like today was, I thought, was the first day for it. So since I'm in a heavy, I do need to deal with the ME-262 HG3. I don't think that'll be a huge deal, but we'll see. I have a maneuverability set up with my Javelin, so I should be able to outmaneuver him unless he also has a full maneuverability build, which, if that's the case, I have longer range guns, so, and more health, so hopefully it'll turn out, and Big Bad Wolf is already going at it. So I do want to get rid of the Duck of Death, just so I don't have any competition for right now. Get my airspeed up. And let's get some juicy damage in. F2H wants me. Well, we're probably going to have to do something against Big Bad Wolf, unfortunately, which I don't typically like doing. Here comes the HT2. Yeah, it kind of looks like he does also have a maneuverability build, which is kind of surprising to me, because I would think that, how do I only have 2,000 points now? That's so weird. I killed like 4 or 5 bombers, and that somehow doesn't really count for anything. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I probably need to go after Big Bad Wolf. I really don't like going after specialized bombers, especially because they're just really annoying to fight. Even for my Javelin, which is perfectly designed for fighting bombers, even player ones. Usually what happens is that if you get within their turret range, you just instantly lose your pilot, you instantly lose your engines, and all of that. So it's just a really annoying turn of events there. And of course this guy is after me, so let's go after one of their... I guess this guy will have to do. Yeah, I don't understand, like, how I made my build so maneuverability focused, and yet everyone else's heavy fighters seem to be able to turn with mine. This doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, and I didn't get the IL-40. So yeah, basically it seems like if you are on the attacking side, you somehow get more personal points, which doesn't make any sense. And also, you pretty much have to focus down player bombers, because the stupid player bomber is going to do more damage to you, more damage to like the HP counter or whatever than the So let's see if we can get this turd finally. Come on. Like, he must be using like a pneumatics assist, because I have no idea how he's out-turning me. Or I have like the same turn time as him. And at this point, like, they're just gonna win. Like, EF-131 Specialized seems to be like a guaranteed loss at this point. I might have like a tiny bit better maneuverability than him. But yeah, if I was in my Swift, that would definitely... And yeah, just because he had 2 pals, he won that engagement, while I had literally no one around me. So yeah, I am really... That's one thing that I think World of Warplanes does very annoyingly, in a sense, is that all of the players who have been playing for a really long time, they have, like, all of their stuff fully calibrated. So basically, even if you have a really good build, if they're doing the same one as you, they basically win by default anyway. So what did he say? So yeah, I only got 13,000 points. Primarily because we were just focusing on the stupid ME-262 the whole time. But in all seriousness though, like I would have to literally focus all of my efforts on stopping Big Bad Wolf in order to win that. Just because he's a specialized EF-131. Like, that's just how... That's quite frankly how unbalanced the EF-131 is when you get it specialized. And I wasn't really getting very much personal points anyway. Even Duck of Death didn't really do much. But that was probably because we were fighting it out the whole time. But that was one thing too. Yeah, if I had this maxed out, and then this maxed out, I should be able to outturn anything. Any heavy. But since I don't, the 262 was able to keep up with me, which turned into a loss anyway. So I think I'm going to do one more match. And this time, I'm going to be playing an EF-131 because I'm tired of seeing them. So why not join them, I guess, huh? But the EF-131 really isn't... I wouldn't call it overpowered if you don't have it specialized, which I don't. It's only when you get it specialized where it truly becomes completely broken. Because then you can get your bomb reload to 35 seconds, I think, or 38. And then you can, if you have a high enough skill gunner, you can also get your tail gunner range to like 4,600 or something stupid like that. So definitely with mine, it's not going to be as broken in that sense. But I am curious to see what playing a bomber in this game mode is like. So one last match. But yeah, last game, if I would have focused down Big Bad Wolf, the MA262 was just going to go after me anyways. So it wouldn't have really done any... I was screwed either way. Let's just put it that way. But, yeah, I don't... I spent a lot of time getting my EF-131. And honestly, I don't even really like playing it all that much because of the reputation it has. Like, it seems like everyone knows that, oh, it's the most broken... It's the most broken bomber in the game, right? And honestly, I might actually do some high altitude bombing because this thing has such big bombs that you can actually do that. Whatchamacallit, you know what, I'm gonna go after... I'm gonna go after the one site off to the side, because Big Bad Wolf is gonna do that one. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay, I guess I also have a ground attacker over here. And as you can see here, for those familiar with World of Warplanes, the ground targets actually look different. And that is because they probably recycled the look of how it was a year or so ago. Because that's how ground targets used to be, and to be completely honest, I think nowadays it's a lot more clear what each site does. So I quite like the rework of that, but I would say the old look is probably more organic looking, if that makes sense. But yes. You know what, I'm gonna go after the middle now and see if I can... Apparently I can't really drop on anything in this zone. That can't be right. There's so many heavies here, and yet... Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of don't really know what I'm doing. I think it's because Big Bad Wolf is probably dragging some planes. So he's actually able to finish a few of them off. Whereas I'm not really doing anything. Well, I'm doing something, just not how much as I should be. Yeah, so we're basically doing the same site, which is kind of counterproductive. So I'm going to go after the other site as soon as I get a reload off. So yeah, I would say bomber gameplay for this, unless you're doing what Bad Wolf is doing, which is probably the ideal way of doing this. Bomber gameplay is kind of not very exciting. But I think it's mostly down to he has such a fast reload that he can afford to do that. Like, as soon as he gets to another zone, he's already reloaded, so... Yeah, it definitely seems that if you are on the attacking side, that is where you get most of the personal points, unless you are really going ham, I guess. But it just seems like it is a lot harder to do well on the defending side, which is interesting. So overall, my thoughts on this game mode is that it's okay if you are playing the right planes and you get on the right side. Moreover, the attacking side is probably more interesting, if you were to ask me. But the defending side is at least interesting enough that if you wanted a change of gameplay in comparison to the comparison to Conquest, it is different enough that you can get some interesting gameplay out of it. But I'm gonna be completely honest on this. I think the game mode is good, but specialized planes ruin it. Which kind of goes with Conquest as well, but since basically everybody who is interested in this event is playing it with specialized planes, it definitely ruins it for me in some ways, because even though that I'm in a bomber, which is essentially kind of the most broken thing in this game mode, it's not really all that exciting, and then if I play something else, well then I'm just kind of screwed over by everyone having better planes than me just because they're specialized. So it's really a rock and a hard place for me, but if you're doing low tiers like the Key 45 match that I had, I think there was only like 4 players total within that entire match. So if you're doing low tiers and you're grinding low tiers, this might be the perfect opportunity to do so. But higher tiers, unless you really like fighting other players with their specialized planes, it's really hard to recommend. Or at the very least have someone platooned up with like Big Bad Wolf or somebody who's in a bomber who's gonna try to give you a guaranteed win in that sense. So yeah. I think there was a quote that that Jingles used in one of his videos that like the only thing that can ruin online gaming is other players or something like that. And I think that kind of applies here. But not in the same context. It's just the specialization system is just not balanced for the game. But if I played my specialized LA-15, I probably would have done, I would be able to do much better than I have in this recording that I've done. But at the same time, though, if you're facing against a specialized bomber, an LA-15 is not really going to be able to do anything to those. So again, it's ruined by other people's specialized planes, even if I'm in one. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So just waiting for some sectors to respawn. But yeah, Big Bad Wolf, I'm pretty sure that he's dragging some enemies to get his personal point counter, because I'm really not sure how he got so high. Even with his faster reload, just seems a bit far-fetched, but victory. So with my opinion of this game mode, if I do any more of this, and after I've experienced tier 10 gameplay, I am personally not going to actually do anything in high tiers. Like I might do like the vampire, like to see if I can get a ton of credits in one game. But overall, I just typically I like to avoid tier 8 because most of the tier 8s that you'll face are tier 8 premiums that are specialized. So that's why I really like tier 10 gameplay, because not very many people seem to play tier 10 on a regular basis. But when it comes to this game mode especially, the tables have turned. And I think that tier 10 or tier 9 to get into a tier 10 match is just not fun for me personally. You're either going to be outmatched in what your plane is good at, or you're going to be raffle stomped by specialized bombers. So I don't know, like something like the TU2 would probably be really good for this game mode. It's low enough tier where you don't meet tier 10s, and well, you're a bomber. So like that's basically what I recommend. Play something that is tier 8 and lower, unless you again like fighting specialized planes. something like the Key 45, or if you have a Key 102 specialized, that would probably work well, and whatnot. So I think that's the gist of what I wanted to record. So yeah, I was kind of hoping that I would get more enthusiastic as the games went on, that I would be playing Tier 10, because if I could play my non-specialized planes and get a ton of air kills like I did with Key 45, then it would theoretically drastically increase the speed at which I specialize these planes. But it'll just be like the Javelin battle and be a complete mess. Being screwed either way. So, or if I specialize, or if I flight it up with somebody. So yeah, that is my coverage of the Crimson Dawn Stage 1 event of Bomber Escort. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.